Why use dashes or parentheses as opposed to commas? Well, the reasons are purely stylistic. So in comparison to commas, dashes create a stronger break, while parentheses imply that information is less important than either dashes or commas do. But despite these differences, commas, dashes, and parentheses are all grammatically interchangeable. There's only one exception, that transition words and phrases must be surrounded by commas when they're used non-essentially. Another important thing to keep in mind is that you cannot mix and match commas, parentheses, and dashes, which could help you when you're trying to answer questions. So a non-essential clause beginning with a comma cannot end with a dash. An example of commas and dashes being used interchangeably is right here. So let's do some examples. It might seem that biometric authentication, like a fingerprint, would offer more security than a password, but it doesn't, because most systems that permit users to set up fingerprint access also require a PIN or a password as an alternate backup method. A user or a thief could skip the biometric method and instead just enter a PIN or a password. So the phrase "or a thief" is a non-essential phrase, because if we remove it, the core meaning of the sentence stays the same. A user could skip the biometric method and instead just enter a PIN or a password. Core meaning is still there. So the underlined portion just serves to elaborate on the previous information they gave us. So this is definitely non-essential. So since there's a comma here, there also needs to be a comma here. And the only answer choice that does that for us is answer choice C. So C is our correct answer. Now let's do another one. With more than 300 gardens, some public, others private, many secret, London is one of Europe's greenest capitals. Okay. So the dash after gardens here signifies the beginning of a non-essential phrase, and that means a second dash must be used to end it. So try not to get distracted by all of these commas. You can tell for sure that this phrase is non-essential because it still makes sense if we were to cross it out completely. Remember, if you ever find yourself struggling on a question like this, just go back to the basics. How do we check if something is non-essential? Just cross it out and read the sentence to yourself without the part that you crossed out. So the only answer choice that gives us another dash right before London is answer choice B. So B is our correct answer.